0, and we are live. What are you doing? Oh man, wait a minute, because I have technical issues as usual. I I I
It's
I
obvious.
I've thought about it that it will be like this. Hello, everything's fine. We are here. We are great.
You should be prepared as I am with a special microphone. This kind.
Oh man, you really have a microphone. Okay. Welcome everybody, especially you. Welcome to the jungle of podcast. I have a hard time speaking and my voice is fluctuating, which you can hear right now. Uh, yeah,
Yeah. Let's start somehow.
we are already. We started. I I maybe like to be quiet. Maybe we can do quiet podcast like we will be looking at each other and like okay, so this is it.
It's actually nowadays there are those YouTube videos. I don't know how it's called, but there are those videos and people are just whispering. You know.
ASMR. No,
I have no idea.
and yeah, it's really. I don't know. I didn't quite connect with that ASMR stuff. I was like, oh,
It's like
that's a bit creepy.
it's like I think of like, hey guys, how are you? I hope
Yes,
you are
yes.
well.
Okay, I'm having chills right now.
I don't know. It sounds a little bit like from some horror movie or something.
Yeah,
It doesn't calm my mind at all.
yeah. Okay, I will do another welcoming. So, action. Welcome
By the way,
everybody.
yeah. Wait wait a second. Once again. By the way, can't you hear a wind or something like this? Because I'm outside,
I
so
hope
sometimes
so,
it's
because it will bring another atmosphere. It's I think it's great. I don't.
because actually behind me there is like 50 meters. There's a road, so sometimes there might be some truck or something like
Mhm.
this coming. But
We can wait as a truck is coming. Okay, yeah, good idea with the water. And we are already recording. Hopefully everything's right.
yep, there is like the coffee mug. Then there is the tea mug.
Oh, Darth Vader! There it is. I'm your
Join us or
father.
die.
Did you know that the Luke Skywalker, or the actor who played Luke Skywalker, needed to hold the secret of not telling anybody the line of the "I am your father" for 1.5 year?
Yeah.
Yeah, you seems
Well,
like
obviously because like
you've already heard about it.
I didn't heard some specific story, but it's kind of obvious that this is a secret that if he would tell somebody, it would be pretty bad. But what actually I heard from Mark Hamill, that I don't know, he was in some talk show and he said that actually he was that no in the movie, that's because he didn't even know about it, so they also kept it secret from him,
Yeah,
so that no was like really real no, because like that was the first time he heard about it.
and
Not sure if that's true or not.
Harrison Ford, and he was also like super surprised when he first said the line out loud. And Princess Leia,
Princess
yeah, and
Leia.
she was like, he was telling that if you want to share a secret with somebody, you should do it with her, and everybody will know it. But the first script, nobody cared. Like the first time David did the Star Wars, like the first movie, like he was sharing the script with everybody, and he was like, nobody wants to like leak anything. Everybody think it's so like weird, and you shouldn't really like.
Yeah, because there actually has been a lot of tries to create a sci-fi movie before, and there are actually some pretty decent sci-fi movies, but usually they are horrible.
2001 was when?
I think it was in '68 or something. I'm not sure. I can Google. So 2001 Space Odyssey. Yeah, it's 1968. I just remember, for some reason, I remember that at the same year when the Russians entered or invaded our country, the Space Odyssey had a premiere by the Kubrick.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So 68. But it was not
69, right?
such
They
sci-fi movie
invade in
because
69.
68.
Pelishki were
That's why,
around, like, or am I mistaken?
yeah, it was ending in 69, but August 68. That's why Jaromir Jagr has 68 on his as his number.
Oh,
That's
okay.
because of the year.
That makes sense. Like, that makes sense. That
Yeah, because he wanted to point out that this black point of our history, so he chose it as a number. By the way, we are recording all for 10
yeah.
minutes, and we didn't even say our names. Maybe that's a
Uh,
problem.
yes. You. I don't know. I don't know. I quite like to start like this. Like it was flowing. I will say my name. My name is Luke. Hello, everybody. I should be the host, but yeah, you see right now that it's it's the connection. It's about the
Look,
connection. And you ask about,
yeah,
and your name is.
look, look. I'm your father.
Yeah, that's, see, Luke Skywalker right there.
Let's rule. Let's join me, and we, as a son and father, will rule the galaxy together. Uh,
Wait.
no.
Did they say it like this? Because I am like not used to it, because I watched only in Slovak or.
I'm not sure if it's in 5, but definitely something like this was said in Numbers in the 6, the Return of the
Mm.
Jedi, when there is this scene, like they are fighting in front of Palpatine, and Vader said, "No, I will not fight with you. Luke, come on, join me, and together as a son and father, we will rule the galaxy." But yeah, the Vader had much better voice than I do, so obviously.
Darth Vader. And who played that Darth Vader?
Uh, I'm not sure who played him.
We need the young
Uh,
Jamie, like Joe has. Here is the.
like basically Vader had three different actors for the face. But what is, I
David
guess,
Prowse.
much more
David
important?
Prowse is an English retired
Yeah,
bodybuilder, weightlifter, and a character actor in British film and television. Okay.
yeah. But what is much more important is that actually he was voiced by the James Earl Jones. So basically, so Vader was played by a character, and he was voiced, even in English. He was voiced as a different actor.
Okay.
That's cool, because I heard that they actually created that, and they were saying, this is not the voice for our supervillain. So they need to revoice him. And what is actually cool is that he was dubbed by James Earl Jones, and that's the also the voice of that of in Lion King, that King Lion, Mufasa. Yeah, that's his name.
Really? I just heard the Mufasa. Okay, universe coincidences happening right there. I don't know if that's
Yeah, yeah.
correct word, coincidences. Coincidence. But yeah, I
Yeah,
just heard the.
that's cool if you just imagine that Mufasa from Lion King and Darth Vader from Star Wars had the same voice.
But
So just
I.
imagine, so just imagine Mufasa saying, "Hey, I am your father."
Mufasa. Ooh, Mufasa. Ooh. I don't know if that's my first movie that I can recall it because it was the same year I was born, or it was released when I was born. But it was I think I watched it, and it was maybe the first movie that I watched at the kino near our
You
villages.
mean the cinema?
Yes, cinema. Kino. Okay, people. Kino is cinema for in Slovak.
Yeah, one of the section of this podcast will be basically we teaching you Slovak words.
Yeah.
So, but it's not only Slovak; it's the same also in Czech, and I do believe it's something very similar also in Russian.
Maybe in Polish
So
too.
I'm not sure.
Polish is pretty
So
like close to us.
yeah, so cinema or movie theater is kino. Kino.
Kino. It sounds a bit Japanese. Kino. Kino. I just okay, and his name is Slavo. Okay, here we are.
Hi.
See how
My
we
name-
float through it? It's like totally like flawless.
My name is. My name is.
My name is.
Chicka Chicka Slim Shady.
Okay, we will get copyrighted right there.
Well, I think that it was so short that you can actually use such short chunk of it. Yeah, I know. I don't know.
I just put us on my normal speakers because I am getting more and more anxious about the if it's recording. I hope it is. Wait a minute. I will put it back. It should be already say something, and it should be okay.
I'm saying something.
Okay. Now I just trust the universe. Okay. I just praise the universe. So everything is Lana. I already did it. When I was drawing, I was recording my sessions, and I didn't release it, but I don't know. I had like 10 sessions, and I tried the sound from my computer to record also the sound from my computer, and it was working. So hopefully, because otherwise it would be just my voice and a pause, my voice and a pause. No, we will not do it like this.
Well, we can then just write and the subtitles like.
Yeah, that okay, and we will put the photo of your Mac, Darth Vader, and you will how it is called? Okay, basically when people join us or die. Okay, that's a nice invitation right there. Like.
Okay, so
no pressure.
I can drink with the right hand, which is like just Star Wars. So.
Okay. Yeah, and we will be like sponsored by Star Wars right there. I will I will send to Lucasfilms.
Not
Okay.
sure. But we can do another try because this is much more possible that we will be sponsored by Julius Meinl.
I don't know that guy.
Which
But he seems
that's
like
that's the brand of coffee. I think it's from Austria or something like this. It's like the brand of coffee.
Seems like an how it is called. Not original Austrian, but like okay.
I think he's darker. First of all, because it's Arabica from Ethiopia, I think, or something like this. But what is much more important is that I think he's dark because the same way as when you see the pictures of those guys who were milling the oats to get the flour.
Mm-hmm.
They were white because they were just working with the flour with the white dust from the flour. So maybe he was milling the coffee. So if you mill the coffee, there is a black dust.
Okay, I see where you brought me. Okay, yeah, that's a good explanation. But his cap looks like a monkey from cap from similarly a monkey from Aladdin. Aladdin has the same cap. Like, okay, this people is my hair. See, if you haven't noticed till now. And I will basically say that this is the first podcast, as somebody wouldn't notice already, and the name of the podcast is Obo. And you ask why did I called it Obo or Obo?
Hey, look! Why did you call it oboe?
Because I wanted to come up with the name, and this what appeared. Now, there is something that Joe Rogan and spoke. Do you know Joe Rogan? Not like, hey Joe.
Like it's not something like we met yesterday in the pub, but yeah,
Yes,
I
and
know
he
him.
speak
I know about him.
with one guest of his and a really good friend, Duncan Trussell, and they spoke about that there is something different when you talk with other person that you almost like you are not. When I write by myself, I'm a bit different when I start to interact with somebody else. And I'm starting to get anxious feelings that I'm not doing a good job creating this point, but I will continue. Basically, when you talk
Go
with
for it.
somebody, you are a bit different that when you are alone or when you talk with your father or whoever. Like Luke was a bit different
Like,
in front of Darth Vader than than he was with Princess. So, and this effect of connecting of two, how let's say, unique consciousness and trying to connect those, I wanted to come up with a name for it, and a few days ago, or before that, I was thinking about the name for a guy, and it appeared Bob, and I was like, that's pretty boring. I don't want to use Bob. It's like Bob and Alice with RS, how it is called this, crypting. Bob and Alice, they are using.
yeah,
And right there, and I thought it's boring, so I just created Obo. And I was like, okay, you are named Obo, and then when I was creating the name for this effect of two of us speaking together, that's what I called Obo. And I really like it because, you know, you're not swimming in the. Okay, you seem like you're questioning. Questioning with your facial expression. Come on. If you're trying to create a real rational name, usually it's already used. And I was like, because I was thinking about humans, and I thought that the way I will do a mistake like humans, it's not really, it's just human and people. And I thought like humans, nobody would already pick that name. And I check it out, and there are like 2 podcasts already with that name. And okay, let's move on to another name. I still wanted to do it, and yeah, the naming is really like a strange thing. And
that's the toughest thing.
and especially when I started to, you are seeing a bird or
No,
someone
my
else.
mom actually.
It's okay. I may be also, not invaded, but visited by my parents. Oh, you are watching. Okay, don't go right now. No, I don't want to interact right now.
Okay, we shall continue.
Yeah, yeah, we can. And oboe, the effect. So you
Oboe.
are, you already know what's, yeah. See that pause? It's okay, people. When you
So
podcast,
basically, I was just thinking whether those 3 characters actually mean something. You know, like it's like
over.
objectory, like or object bimetallic orientation, or
Okay, that I wouldn't come up
or
with it.
I was thinking it's acronym of oboe. Oh, like oh my God, is I don't know.
I saw, yeah, yeah, and maybe see the effect. People are like questioning, what was it? And I was like thinking about A. A would be easier. You will be first in like, how it is called. When usually you
List.
have a list of names, you are among the first one. But yeah, it doesn't matter. And
Yeah,
the reason why you are my first guest
it's
is,
because I'm awesome.
yeah, we already know that. Oh, the reason you are for yes, because I said no. Oh no, yes, 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 We are awesome. It's better right now. It's about the combination, and you know when we were in the bar, and we were talking about. We met just, and we were talking then. There's some deep conversations, and I told you that I would like to go and do something with the storytelling, and from that moment I'm like trying to achieve that with various artistic forms, and also Slavo was a guy who I somehow had connected this podcast stuff because I recall that you asked me to come and do a podcast in Prague, and I was like okay. And then I know I was a little bit like okay I want to do also podcast, and it started to pile up, and right now when you wrote me again about the podcasting, and all of a sudden I am doing a breathing exercise in the morning, and I'm like okay freak it, I am doing a podcast. Slavo is the guest. Okay, Slavo is appearing. Slavo would be the first guest, and this is the story behind how you became the first guest, and yeah.
Yeah, and I was actually sitting in the train when you texted me, and you was like, "Hey, would you like to be guest of my podcast?" And I was like, "You have a podcast?" But yeah, okay, why not?
Yeah, and the story how we finally met is also a pretty emotional one. Not like first time, but how we finally said it and started this podcast. Okay, my palms are sweating a bit right now.
It's actually pretty funny that we're recording this online, even though we are like 5 kilometers from each other.
I know that you told me, but we are doing, how this called social distancing. I'm not like.
Yeah.
I'm not how it is called. I don't have a problem with that.
And at least right now we have a excuse like why the video is not 100% and why the sound is not 100% because we are recording it online. Yeah, so.
And I am pretty not.
In case we.
After all this time that I'm creating, I'm getting more and more okay with imperfection. To the point that I'm worried, like, okay, is this just your laziness or it's just it's an imperfection? Because then you can go like, okay, this is imperfect because I wanted it to be like that. No.
Yeah, definitely.
And also one. Okay, this is the backstory of this finally meeting and making this podcast is that the first date we should met was before 2 days, like 2 days before.
It was Tuesday or Wednesday, right? Not sure. Wednesday.
And I'm still unsure how Wednesday is pronounced. Wednesday. Wednesday.
You just need to say, like fast Wednesday, and nobody
and
cares.
Then you are like,
it's just
nobody will catch it.
It's the same trick, like when we were learning German or Deutsch.
Yeah.
In a high school, we were forced to learn German as a secondary language, and nobody ever remembered how those things before the words, how it's called.
Prepositions like der, die, das. Burst, die Burst. It's a sausage. For anyone wondering. I think there are people like in English it's like no preposition. This English that it does. I don't know if they have a name for it.
It's cool.
Weird.
Those are articles. They are in English because in English you got definite and indefinite article. So I guess it's gonna be the same in German. It's called articles in English, but yeah, there it does them.
You
then
also needed to recall.
Whatever.
You need to remember to each of this like word. You need to remember it, and they were pretty like not furious, but really, on the high school they weren't very forgiving if you put the wrong one there. And I was like, how should I know? Like,
yeah, because
it's not the same in my language and.
But if you would actually go to Germany and Austria, they just say "the," and nobody cares what's actually there. Yeah.
But they're different. I quite like Deutsch.
So if you just think about it, like that English was evolved from basically from the German, one of the historically.
Uh-huh.
That's
I didn't know
basically
that.
yeah, basically that they just create like they were thinking like there, them, then, and all those things. And there was a guy, sitting somewhere in England, like, hey, the hell, this is too complicated. Let's just keep the.
And drink the whiskey, and maybe they probably had some beverage right there in that time.
I
Drink
think,
it, and
I
like
think
I will not care about it.
definitely a beer or something like that.
But in our case, it's pretty horrible because that was probably the same guy was in our case in our national mother tongue, Slovak, whatever, and there was probably the same guy who thought that he was too bored and he wanted to invent a new rules that would really few hundred years later destroy lives of young kids because it doesn't make sense to. We have a strange rule in E and E, like what's silly, how you write like one I and the second Y epsilon, right?
Why or yeah, it's
Yeah, and in Slovak we have like some strange rules that they're like exchanging. So for that reason, I think there was a guy who was bored, and he should stop doing it.
Yeah.
Our connection is breaking up a bit.
Yeah, but I think it's already okay. Maybe it's because we have a storm over here,
Yeah.
so maybe it's yeah.
Me too.
What's the weather?
Me too.
Don't say me too. It means absolutely different thing nowadays.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to go there. I'm pretty like, let's not go there.
Not at all.
for the first podcast. But you are in this position. Do you see me? You are in this position, like holding your head.
I can see you right now.
Okay, but I can hear
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
But I can hear you, and
And you can't see me.
I can see you, but you are like stuck in this position, like holding your hand. Oh, sorry, holding your hand.
Okay,
hand.
I already moved myself, so yeah.
Yeah. I thought about it that you already made some movement. Listen,
Well,
I can hear you.
here are the technical imperfections.
I can hear you. That's okay. It will get in line probably, hopefully. And yeah, the weather is getting more like intense.
Yeah, but actually, it already stopped raining.
Yeah, in yeah, we
Yep.
in my area, it's raining properly.
Also, probably we'll get here as well.
I needless to say, the quality of the meat, the the lag. I was a bit worried about the voice lag when you said something and I say something. It's pretty short. Oh, you're moving. Okay, you did some million moves right now, and right now you are moving again. You know how you're like stuck, and then the video wants to take care of all the moves.
So it's like that sex position, like when they are